Energy have figured out the secret to taking down one of Valorant's biggest titans. Smokes, drones, and more smokes. These world champions have beat down Aspas and forced him into submission by posting an embarrassing 3-10 KD and 5 first deaths. But how? Most analysts agree that Aspas is the best Valorant player in the universe. Why did he put up such a piss-poor stat line? Was FNS playing for him? He might as well have. Watch this. Sometimes, playing Valorant sucks. But the issue with trying other games is that they're stupid expensive. That's why I buy all my AAA titles off Ntbo.com and save so much money. Ntbo is a rapidly growing digital marketplace for gamers offering a vast selection of products across various platforms, including PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo. They have digital game cards, in-game currency, gift cards, software, and all available at competitive prices. And that includes Valorant gift cards, meaning you can get the new bundle for way cheaper. Ntbo's transactions are 100% secure, and they provide 24/7 customer support to make sure your experience is seamless. With over 40,000 digital products, an excellent Trustpilot score, and the hottest deals possible, what more could you want? So click my link in the description and pick up the game of your dreams for a discount today. Before we talk about Aspas getting duked on, we have to talk about Energy's comp. And it's got two things: a lot of smokes, and 3 of the best abilities in the game. More specifically, these drones and a big-ass undodgeable flash that goes through walls. Now, if you die to operators a lot, listen closely, because this next part is important. Snipers can't shoot you if this is in their face. Drones help you pre-fire or util dump on ops, and smokes allow you to close the distance on someone who can't spray you. Energy's entire lineup is built to make operator or outlaw players' lives miserable. Now, Aspas is the best sniper player in the world, and MIBR's win condition is getting him an op as fast as humanly possible. But against this, that's going to be hard. And while these agents might not be handpicked for Aspas specifically, these agents do make playing Valorant for him a living hell. It's Pistol, and Energy's plan is to slam BS4 while Viper holds their flank. But MIBR want to push down mid in their 1-3-1. The game begins, and Energy quickly scale heaven, turn the corner of main, and they start spamming their sidearms. Whaley moves up, and I think the camp spots too? Either way, a lot of the offense are B, so Aspas starts walking down mid.
Energy is going to hover towards that B side first, seeing Tex usually left on an island. The team's perfectly fine doing that in the early game as we see Zekken start to trend over, but this mid control is big right now for MIBR. That's a shot from Scuba, ready for it.
Well, that's not how you want to start off a game. But Aspas felt confident to make this push after the offense got spotted by the Cypher spy cam, and even more were spamming back from window. It felt pretty safe to take mid space. But this push is exactly what Energy were waiting for. They know Aspas likes to get proactive and push down on defense, but now he's dead. The offense have turned around and are heading towards A, while Verno wants to finish what Aspas started.
The sides of the map, but the push isn't over. Verno's still looking for space, looking to get this trade for his teammate as Energy sets up towards the A side, and it looks like he might just get backstabbed as well. Ooh.
Now at this point, you might be wondering, sheriffs and no flank watch? Duh? Well, what you bronze monkeys don't understand is that it's okay and even encouraged to buy a sheriff on pistol round if your signature ability is the main part of your kit. Here, Scuba's wall segments a main into 3 different pieces, meaning a defender would be nuts to push through all this. If you look at his mana, you'll notice that he flipped it up right away to discourage an early A flank. So by buying a sheriff, Viper can kinda hold flank and punish rotates on the longest side lane of the game with a hand cannon. Then the same can be said for Brock and his recon, or Kiko and his smoke. All you really need is to smoke heaven on either side if you have a team of 3 sheriffs. But now with that second kill, the offense assumed that Silva pushed so deep and was telling his team to stack A. So Energy are pivoting again. They retreat off A and gallop through spawn, and MIBR are clueless. Do the offense end A? B? Might as well keep the sentinel on B and put the 2 stack towards A. Well, Texas setup better be good.
Your ladder, boys.
Jumping up. I'm a dart side, okay? I'm darting.
Go.
Smoking heaven now, boys.
I
Okay.
darted right.
Backside. Missile.
Backside. I'm
He's inside.
aping backside.
And the
Go
kid's
left,
probably
go
dead.
left.
Ooh.
Get bomb and play up, boys. Get bomb down and play up. Yeah.
Careful,
it's fine,
flank,
it's fine,
flank,
it's
flank,
fine.
flank,
Careful,
careful,
play
flank.
30 seconds left.
Keep going, Scoo.
I'm walking with you, Gio.
Spike
Get that
planted.
boy.
Let's peek this, come.
Give me a second.
I have spawn, guys. Wait, chill.
You're alone, Scoo.
K1 me.
Play again.
One's flanking ladder. Okay,
Holding ladder.
Up down there. Up.
Chaos flanking ladder.
We have ladder.
Come on.
Hey,
Nice.
let me.
I'm not killing.
I'm jumping mid
I
for
don't
you.
see him ladder, Scoot. I don't see him ladder.
Come mid, Scoot.
No,
I think he's
I'm
mid,
pretty sure,
Scoot.
okay.
I think he's mid.
I'll body shot him for you.
I'm coming.
I'll body
see
shot him once
Jump,
for you, bro.
I'm with you.
Alright, let's go. He's there, mid.
Get him, Scoot. Eat him. Eat him.
Come on, boy.
Let's go, bro.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, then Zekin and Mazzino lose the 2 versus 5. Bye, Sheriffs on pistol round. On the anti-eco, Energy had Scuba whole day with the Sheriff, while the bulk of the attackers stayed grouped. By having a lone pistol wander off on their own, they can gather valuable information or even snuff out stacks for their team. And if it dies, who cares? I'd rather risk losing a pistol than having my team run into a stack. Here, Scuba heard the defense flash. He got tagged by the second part of the start, and he peeked out spotting jet. The 3 MIBR players were A, meaning B had to be weak. That's where they went, planted, but then they got off site to play spam? But why? The defense still have smokes to protect the diffuser, and there's 2 of them flanking.
Yeah, I have Marshall. Hold ladder.
I'm at
Ladder.
Two ladder.
I missile. He taps.
Could be on. We have stun.
Could be half.
That's done. Reloading. I'm gonna start spamming.
Not half.
Gonna
It's gonna fade.
Nice. Okay, all good.
Nice.
When the defense has smokes, you usually shouldn't play back to spam the spike, because you're going to get swung. They cover the spike, tap, you peek, spam, and then die. But because Energy won the anti-eco without investing a lot, they have a strong bonus round buy. Their plan is to default across the map in a 1-2-2, while the defense focus on anchoring each site with Sova spotting mid in their 2-1-2. The round begins with Scuba raising his toxic screen so Mana can rip a few pot shots with his Guardian, but then backs down while Ethan prevents the defense from peeking main with his missile. Which, by the way, breaks open vents, creating an extra avenue that the defense are forced to watch. But Mazzino acts quick by reclearing the area with his 0 point. And now in mid, Scuba has landed a poison orb on Catwalk and have broken the door to vents, forcing Asher and KO to back down or risk being pinched on. Verno bounces a dart in the vents, and Mazzino moves in to confirm that no one is there. But once he does, the offense are already hitting A behind 2 drones.
High trip, just to make sure nothing crazy going into the site.
Back in a flash.
And Tex is going to say, yes, I'm backside. Give Aspas a little bit of freedom to do what he can on the right there. His Tex draws attention. Scuba's going to bite, and he takes so much damage. That's where...
Forget Aspas and his op or whatever this comp is supposed to counter. I don't know how anyone is supposed to get a shot off against 2 drones, a Waylay flying at you after her slow, a recon dart, tail missile, snake bite, and then off that info, Kiko was flushing out whatever else remains with his paranoia. The attackers literally have nothing left. But because the defense do, Kiko teleports on a rafter to try and make a play.
so much damage. That's where Scuba's Viper Bite goes, so they know exactly the room they had to work with. MIBR set up on the outside. It looks like they want to make a double take for this.
Man, if only MIBR had something to get out from spawn and punish Omen for sitting out in the open. And now it's a 2 versus 5 retake on MIBR's first full buy. If these two can't somehow pull off a miracle, Energy are going to be able to snowball their money, ults, and confidence, especially because the attackers took barely any damage. All they have to buy next round are their abilities. And they decide to save. But at least Zekin got an upgrade. But is Ethan going to let him keep it?
Hit on the B side, stay very patient. So many players trying to anchor towards his B side, try to bubble through smokes and try to prevent.
And he settles for an upgrade too. MIBR were forced to save. But they put both of their saved rifles on B and stacked that way, I guess? I feel like they could have come up with a better plan. Like, maybe form a triple pushdown ramp. They might all die, but then you have your 2 rifles hiding backside so that the offense wouldn't expect them there. That's an old CS strat, you know, because they're baiting. Oh well. Energy decided to wait 35 seconds before grouping up to go A. Here, they found Verno on his lonesome, forced him to retreat into heaven, and took site easily. The only issue that I have with their game plan is that all 5 Energy members went back into A main to play spam, despite the defense still having smokes.
I have jump up.
I'm gonna spam right off you. I'm spamming right off you.
Call my wall.
Okay,
As I did. Oh my.
Walling up now, guys, okay?
Wall up.
Yeah, good wall.
Holding.
Close left, Cypher.
I have right.
Close right.
There's first on
Just
bomb.
spam, boys. Just spam.
Yo, close right.
Close right.
Taps.
Could be on.
Wall down,
Could be on, guys.
Wall down.
Wall down.
Wall down.
Peek, everyone peek. Oh, no.
He got off.
Round.
I guess he got
No
off.
trust, bro. No trust.
Both saves now, MIBR have gotten the spike to half. This is a dangerous game that Energy are playing. And now, thanks to that save, Aspas can finally afford MIBR's win condition, an MMR maker. In their 2-1-2, Aspas is soloing mid while his friends hold sights. But he won't have a chance to think, because Energy are splitting A faster than I've ever seen. Viper lobs a smoke, Brock rips a recon, Kiko smokes lower, and Ethan's missile breaks open vents. These big bubbles have clouded Aspas's vision, and now he's useless. Maybe he can get to A-Link and stop Energy there? From vents, Ethan releases a stealth drone and spots Verno, and he goes down. But Aspas can trade? Not! Energy know that his op is online, so Scuba unleashes his Viper Spit that clogs up so much of the map. Aspas can't do anything with his op here. Maybe he can just flood in the site through spawn? But if you watch Cypher for the past few seconds, he's been snuffed out by a recon, Omen Flash, and run down by Waylay's dash. He tries to come back out from spawn while Aspas holds his right, but neither can find anything. And now Aspas is smoked off. How on earth are you supposed to retake through this? The defense have to force themselves through one choke point. Kiko's even hopped off topside after barely spotting Aspas. He knows that this platform is the only angle that the op can hold. I mean, do they just save again?
We'll talk about it in a second right now, though, because MIBR are trying to find some value around Aspas's op.
So many little setups that they have, different looks each round. It's like when MIBR does.
Whether it was these two smokes in mid, Viper's wall, Teo's drone, or Sova's drone, the ult in heaven, and no matter where Energy went, an op was going to get run over. This is the textbook way to counter this weapon. Scale up and fast so it only has one opportunity to get a shot off. MIBR are off to a horrible start, so they have to take a timeout. Coach, I'm completely useless against this comp. We need an alternate win condition. What do you got? Maybe, oh god, have fun. Coming up from their timeout, both teams have similar game plans? Instead of Aspas soloing mid, it's Astra while he's on B, and it looks like Energy are going for the same fast split again. Scuba lobs his orb, Kiko smokes lower, and Ethan fires his missile. But Verno is tired of being bullied in vents, so he's standing his ground.
And Con can be. Let's see if they have it here from the defensive side after their timeout.
He gets the first blood, but now Brock Hunter's Fury is forcing him back. Verno retreats just in time too because Mata is unleashing his conversion pass to try and trap him in the laser. But he gets out at half HP and is shut out by a snake bite. And now thanks to Brock's recon that clears 99% of sight, Energy know A is free. So after Kiko rips his paranoia, Mata dashes up and over into heaven to make sure the area is clear and then joins Scuba. Without an ult that covers 1/4 of the map, this post plant should be much harder. Scuba and Mata cross heaven while Brock's drone clears any early flutters, and he goes to plant, while Mata gets stung in the ass by this cam. MIBR group up on A and start the retake by attempting to drone heaven. But Energy aren't giving it up. They slow, shock, but Mazzino shuts him up with his no command. The only problem with that ult is that it doesn't hit Kiko in time, and he's able to block off heaven with a dark cover. But hold on. Energy haven't broken any of these trips, meaning that sight should be weak. So all 5 MIBR players grew up to go through spawn and leave Verno to watch their back.
Brock, we have your heaven.
Okay. Go spawn.
Scoo's anti, Adam. Scoo's anti.
Spawn.
They're ignoring heaven. They're ignoring heaven. They're ignoring heaven.
Two deep,
Yeah,
two
playing
backside,
on
guys.
I'll wall feed you in 1 sec. I'll wall feed you in 1 sec. Okay,
Yeah.
you spam.
Nice, Adam. Wall up and spam,
Could be on.
Everyone has to spam. Everyone has to spam.
Peek at him. Peek, peek, peek.
Anti.
Oh, sure.
I got it.
Despite having a strong heaven hold, I think MIBR finally realized that Energy were consistently playing offside based on previous rounds and these trips. So by saving a smoke for Spike in main, the defense were able to stick the defuse and finally punish Energy for constantly grouping in main against a controller being alive. Now you might be wondering, Teets, why did you cover this round? Well, watch Aspas through this entire thing, and you tell me, what did Aspas accomplish for MIBR this round? Nothing! He could have been at McDonald's and his team still would have won this round. Against an op, you want to rush quick so that you can overwhelm it and force it to not get any value. If you play slow and default around the map, you allow this guy to rip a few shots, reposition, and before you know it, half your team is dead. That's why Energy are slamming BS5. Wait, 4? Tails in mid. Is he checking out some books? Whatever. They're running right into Aspas.
After these timeouts, so
Yeah.
We'll have to see if Energy has an answer back right away. An op shot, but it misses.
See this sliver of waylay? Well, believe it or not, but this might be the cleanest shot Aspas will get with his op all game. He's forced to fall back as Scuba's Poison Orb blooms and Toxic Wall rises, while Ethan also missiled the A main line to push anyone back holding that. Again, sending your rockets from here to main actually breaks open vents and forces the defense to watch an extra choke point. Now, attackers could be in A main or mid, so MIBR don't know for sure if it's B yet. Now, because Aspas just showed his op on B, he wants to reposition somewhere else where Energy might not expect him. Plus, this Poison Orb allows the attackers to scale up and burst through it, making a shot like this impossible. But as he gets off, Energy are scoring up to hit B.
To make a mark at the beginning of these rounds instead of wait for something to happen. The 0 point gets destroyed here. And they're not going to have more info than a few. They know the hit's going to come through, though. You see how much he wants to peek. But everybody, again, playing their life here. Just Mazzino in sight to try and grab some info. And he's doing a great job at somewhat delaying the situation here. Aspas goes down as soon as the smoke doesn't end.
Once Energy smoked Heaven, there was no way for Aspas to come out and help Mazzino. A peek like this is way too risky. That's also why having your bubble bleed out like this is the correct way to smoke. Instead of giving the op another bunch of off angles to play in, you make it so that the only way they can come out is through this one side of the smoke. Pylon, Sova's drone, Teo's missile, Waylay's saturate, Teo's drone, Omen's paranoia, and then this snake bite. And I don't think it's possible to play sight. Mazzino was left stranded on an island and all he had was Zekin's sight smoke. The spider found his position, so Mazzino got spammed, shocked, and Aspas got pre-fired trying to timing peek when the smoke would drop. Aspas again has found zero value. But look closely, Zekin's managed to leak out behind this tall box. Does Energy know?
Careful.
I have
Oh, book, I'll book. On the right.
I'll book one.
The rest of the defense could be anywhere! So once Kiko carefully moves over and plants a spike, he hops into his ult and finds Verno. Energy feel like they're being pinched, so Scuba and Kiko want to clear out spawn.
Bingo.
Ladder
Is
and
that
flank,
bingo?
ladder and flank.
Both flank.
Wait.
Flank. I'm
Big
playing on, playing on.
Orb down, Geo.
He's gonna
Yeah,
hit the window.
Chill, boys, chill. Time.
Don't give him much. Don't give him
Drop
much.
Hold
shot.
time,
He's going
hold
for
time.
it.
Hold this
Just
speed, hold
hold
it,
the
he has no
smoke.
smokes.
Hold the smoke.
He has no flash.
Just chill.
I have right side just in case. Just double hold the smoke for me.
With that saved rifle, MIBR came up with a decent plan. In their 0-3-2, the defense wanted to take the attack to the attackers before they could bombard site with their drones. Zekin smoked cat, Mazzino chucked a flash, Verno timed his recon perfectly to land when it popped, and Aspas dashed. But no one was here. Unlucky. Instead, Energy went A and, just for a second, close your eyes. Actually, don't close your eyes. Imagine you're playing on A site. How would you find a kill amongst all of this? First, there's the Viper Wall, then Heaven Smoke, Teo's drone, Recon Slow, Dash, Omen TP. Cypher's camp could barely get a tag. All it saw was Viper's ass.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
How is Aspas supposed to make a play against this bombardment? And it gets worse. After Kiko killed MIBR's anchor back site, the entire offense once again backed up into A main. Before, I flamed Energy for doing this while the defense's smokes were still alive. But when you have a Snakebite, Sova Drone, Shocks, Tail Missile, and Stun, Omen Paranoia, and a Viper Wall that protects you, plus the spike being planted in a position like this, it's not so bad. You could have a bajillion smokes and you'll never defuse, right?
It's instantly into the site. And they're able to just rinse and repeat this. There's really nothing that can stop the side of NRG. Maybe a trip or two, but it's just going to get shocked out.
Breaking ankles.
Okay. Whatever, Kiko.
Now just play offside. I mean, you got salvos. This is pretty much a done deal once again. Shock dart, snake bite.
That's
Could be good with the shots, so it could be nerdy with the shocks as well.
Look at that pose plant. Shock pose plant. Tejo salvo pose plant. A little bit more from everyone when they want it. And there's 3 outside the smoke just...
Alright, Teets, if this comp is so strong, then how do you beat it? Well, there's a few weaknesses that you can exploit. Well, first, Energy don't have a Sentinel, meaning that well-timed defensive pushes will take them off guard. I'm not saying that you should just run it down at the start of the round, but try flash peeking, I don't know, a minute in, 30 seconds in, 45 seconds possibly. By swapping up when and where you're getting aggressive, you're going to either get kills, disrupt the attacker's layered executes, or discover valuable information. If they don't have bots, walls, cams, trips, or slows to hold space, abuse that. The second, they're only running a waylay. As I'm writing this video, most teams are running double duelist, Nyan and Waylay being the strongest in my opinion. So if you can manage to stop Waylay or separate her from the rest of her team with a well-timed 0-point or gravity well, then you should be able to stop this execute and stuff the attackers in the chokes. But I prefer the first option, and so do MIBR. They think that because Energy went A last round, that they can just do the same play again. Because, you know, the offense didn't see this aggressiveness. But it's not like these abilities are quiet. In Energy's 2-2-1, is Ethan going to be caught out by this push? Zekin smokes, Mazzino flashes, Verno darts, and Aspas is going in.
There's that pop flash mid we saw or heard last time.
Energy, we're ready for this push. At the start of the round, Kiko teleported up into elbow to create a timing that the defense wouldn't expect. No other agent can get up here this silently. Combine that with Ethan, who dodged the scan and Brock's spam from spawn, and Aspas for the 9th round in a row has found absolutely zero value. Swap him out for one of those rocks on the road, and MIBR wouldn't feel the difference. Now Verno is trying to get the trade with his Harness Fury, but Kiko's moves are too smooth, so he only gets tagged once. But now what do MIBR do? Well, on B, Scuba thought he might have a timing with all that commotion, but only ends up love-tapping Mazzino. The offense understand that down a player, the defense are probably going to make a move somewhere to even the odds. So they're being patient and taking their time to regroup and go A. Energy hold strong and are posted up on each lane for the next 30 seconds before Scuba pops his orb to deny this line down ramp. The defense are starved for info, so Mazzino 0 points, but Kiko jumps into the suppress. Doing so might convince the defense that they're going B since he's their only real controller. But it does the opposite. Watch the map as the offense are rotating, and you'll see that MIBR are leaning heavier towards A despite Cypher's setup. The defense are calling the offense's bluff. But plus, when this smoke drops and the defense don't see anything, it is a little obvious. But can Energy's execute plow through 3 defenders plus Cypher's entire kit?
All right, ready?
Nothing right.
Could be shot.
Backside. Again. Oh my god, good job. One heaven.
Silver heaven.
Yeah, bomb Brock, I got you.
But Mata used Texas setup against him. This tall cage is meant to give Cypher cover to ride around in case he can't shoot the recon in time. But instead, it provided Energy's duelist cover to fly in and follow up off this stealth drone scan. MIBR tried finding a trade with this recon through heaven, but Mata broke that safely too. And now down 3-5. Is it better to save? The offense are just going to spam the spike again. But to escort Ethan offsite, Brock has sent his Aldrone to heaven where it spots Verno. Ethan stuns and Mata rides the rope, trying to make sure that his tail makes it back to main safely. In the meantime, Mazzino and Zekin have grouped up in spawn and are ready to attempt an impossible retake. I mean, I'd consider it winnable with Zekin's Cosmic Divide, but Energy have 2 win conditions to counter this huge impenetrable wall. 1. Kiko's already started rapping mid. 2. This big-ass green wall.
They
Walk out, guys.
On the right.
I'm gonna ult bomb.
One on the right, bridge.
I
No
got
tap yet, boys. No tap yet.
Beautiful.
God damn it, my ult is gone.
Good play, bro. Good play.
Good job, Scoop.
MIBR have to save, but they do have a solid win condition. Aspas is Blade Storm. And I mean, yeah, the dude is like 1-40 at this point, but the best players in the world don't let stats get to their head. In their 4-0-1, he's refusing to get aggressive after not working a single time yet, and Energy plan on waiting for something aggressive in their 2-2-1. Round 10 begins with Omen teleporting backward onto these boxes to make it sound like he's going for a forward TP again, but he's just holding with Viper. In the meantime, Ethan has once again plowed through vents with a missile. It combined that rocket, this toxic stream that's probably been up, and Scuba's ramp poison orb, and Energy have applied passive pressure up each lane. They could be anywhere! And now on A, MIBR have responded to this toxic screen going up with a nebula of their own. So that's kinda clear? But in mid, Energy have decided to pressure deeper for the first time this game. The Kiko smokes fish, Brock recons top mid, and these two both jump spot and jiggle to spot any defenders. They don't see anyone, so Ethan and Brock back down to rejoin their team on A. Well, this smoke has captured MIBR's attention. Now, as the offense group, Verno decides that his team needs info somewhere and drones through A main, confirming that this isn't where the offense are ending. But they could be mid. The only issue is that because they're on an eco and 4 of them are grouped on this half of the map without their Sova, re-clearing this space would be a death sentence. MIBR would rather gamble that Energy aren't pushing into their spawn and instead try their best to hold B and just retake A. So for the time being, Aspas concentrates on any attackers that decide to push deep, while Mazzino is still calling out that Energy aren't B, for now.
Vision is Verno on the right side, so he's calmed everyone in sight. It's just an eco. So they're looking to get some damage down as Mata.
B is free! MMBR are in their spawn and aren't in position to hold site. Zekin pops his flood smoke, but it's too late. The Spiders cleared up the left side, Snakebite to catch a swinger, Heaven Smoke, Waylay Dash, and Brock drones through the smoke, but Aspas has had enough.
I'll do it myself.
Towards the back left of the site with the Viper's Bite. And it is just rinse and repeat again here. Aspas looking, lands himself in one of the salvos, but they do get out as the convergence pass comes through.
There was no way Aspas was going to find anything by having his feet on the ground. At least not against any of these executes Energy had been throwing at him. But despite this insane arsenal of utility, there's still one ability that Energy don't have. Flashes. So we updrafted out of heaven while Zekin canceled Brock's drone with this right click. This prevented the offense from clearing the smoke in time, which allowed Aspas to get one, Zekin get his, and Tex barely out alive with 2 HP. Things are getting hairy! Kiko resmokes heaven so Ethan can grab the spike and plant backside. Aspas slaps Mata after a quick spawn jiggle, but Energy's duelist knows that he has to hold strong and protect his team. But once the spike starts going down, Tex cams. Mata shoots it, but has to fall after his position's been compromised. It's time for the retake.
Reset.
Okay, I'm gonna hold heaven off to you.
Wide book in a sec.
I break.
Last one. I'll be right.
Heaven too lower. One heaven too lower.
Swing right, Joe.
Heaven dead. Both book.
Nice.
Nice. Good
Beautiful,
job.
beautiful.
Boys,
Nice
let's go.
reset. Good job.
Good listening, guys. Good listening.
Comms, boys. Holy.
MMBR are down bad and need something to give them hope, but Aspas flying over everything last round has given him an idea. If he updrafts before the round starts, the offense won't hear him get on top of that tall box, and he'll be able to find a cheeky first blood by peeking over this annoying ass Viper wall. MMBR need a hero, and Aspas is ready to deliver.
Has to invest into another off.
Alright, fine, I'll break down the rest of the round. Just because Aspas' signature move was countered and predictable, that doesn't mean this round is unwinnable. Besides sitting him down, the offense have taken a main behind this recon and have pressured mid with these 2 big smokes. Bruno tried reconning early to help Aspas, but has since dropped now that he's on his own. Zekin shifts from mid to help his team out, and Mizzino moves over to cover that gap. He's desperately taking pot shots into these smokes to try and even the odds somehow. But Energy aren't giving an inch. Which is a lot, right? Instead, they've backed off A and have started rotating towards the Roman who's holding B. Now, as MIBR, there are a couple things that you can do. 1, get aggressive and catch an attacker sleeping. But I think Energy are expecting that with the way Scuba's positioned. 2, they could group to push out an area with some combination of Sova and KO's utility. This would clear a lane for the defense and basically confirm where the offense are headed, or totally catch the attackers off guard if timed right. Or 3, ask Siri to flip a coin and go stack that site. With their side anchor on B, MIBR choose to group A. Well, but unlucky for them, Energy are hitting Cypher. Can he hold site like he could before his nerfs?
That economy, like a book coming out of that low buy round. Of course they wanted one. You're right. The homework was done for that, for sure. Back into the B site once again. That back left connection, always a big one for the team to take.
The answer to that question is a fat no. Because of his nerfs in patch 11.08, his kill trips don't really get kills anymore, especially because Waylay can just teleport out of danger. So these kill trips are pretty useless, as Cypher is purely an info sentinel now. And now MIBR are tasked with an impossible retake, despite having 2 flushing out mid.
But already they could get picked off in mid here.
I see a little bit of desperate moments too, like just a pop flash. Oh, the lurk again from Scuba.
By having both Brock and Scuba holding flank from far back, they can save their utility to spam the diffuser, while Ethan, Mata, and Kiko focus on sight. Because these drones weren't contested, Energy were able to save a lot of utility. And now, normally when your flank watch goes down, the offense's automatic response is to push spawn to make more breathing room. But they still have Brock playing even farther back with the Summoner's Fury, so Kiko hops back to help Energy hold sight.
Everybody's just trying to go for hero plays. Just trying to hopefully make something stick.
Again, Mizzino trying to peek off a little bit of the util, but Energy has made all of these one.
Aspas couldn't find value on A, mid, or B, so this round, he's positioned to probably the worst spot that an Opera can play. Vents. I mean, he keeps opening it for him every round, and peeking this is so bad that the offense shouldn't expect it. right? Coming through this small doorway exposes you to so many different angles. In MIBR's 1-3-1, I guess that's where Mazzino and Verno are going to try and set Aspas up, while the offense are once again defaulting across the map in a 1-2-2. The attackers start the final round of the half by immediately double smoking mid, fake TPing, and blowing a hole through vents. Aspas creeps over and waits for the orb to drop while Energy take A main, but this is all he sees. And now after taking main, the offense elect to hold their positions and wait for a reaction from MIBR. But after about 30 seconds, the offense realized that nothing's happening. So they push deeper into A main, behind the protection of the toxic screen. The Scuba is covered while he grabs the orb, and while they group A, Aspas feels degraded. The best jet in the world has to sit in vents? I mean, come on, the op has to find more value than that. So he's also back down towards A, while Kiko has sent another smoke to deny info at Fish. But with Sova here and a trip in that dark cover, nothing happens. The offense gather to go A, while Aspas has repositioned a backside and is prepared to meet Energy head on.
Drop from here so I don't get hit by
Let me
knife.
get close, let me get close.
Drop from here so I don't get hit by knife.
Okay, ready?
Yeah,
Ready.
cover you too.
Be right back.
Nothing right, nothing hell. And
Back left, back left.
Backside, tag,
Oh,
backside,
jet,
tag.
Three. Or 2, sorry.
I'm going out, Jin.
That's it.
Heaven.
Backside.
Backside.
Backside dead,
dead.
one heaven.
Sova heaven. Slow down, guys.
30
3v2.
seconds
Or 3v3.
Wait, I'm gonna dart this heaven guy.
We're darting
Running
heaven.
spam, maybe. Could be backside,
Two heaven,
backside,
Heaven dead,
backside,
heaven
I think.
dead.
One
I'm
more
gonna
guards,
take
I'm
his
gonna
bridge.
Again, Aspas couldn't even play the game. Energy refused to peek until their drones took contact. He had to try and land an impossible shot and got fried by Brock's laser. MIBR were lucky that Zekin picked up the slack behind some nice shooting backed up by Verno's recon. But that play forced Zekin out into the open where he died to Energy's utility storm. This made the count even until Verno tried denying the plant after being pushed back by a special delivery and recon. And now stuck in an impossible 2 versus 3 against a Viper's Pit retake, MIBR's odds of winning this round are really thin. They have to push the attackers through all of this. If they thought Energy's post-plant spam was bad before, then they're in for absolute hell.
I'm gonna guard
take his bridge.
scoop.
Alright, comms. So, KO heaven, Cypher missing.
Chicken, I have a good spot.
Ethan, look flank. Brock, can you like just make sure they don't push me?
Yeah.
You guys are perfect. Close.
Inside, KO.
Okay.
I'll walk back in.
You guys can just spam
Wait,
actually.
so
Just
we
play
can
spam,
just-
play spam, play
They're 1
spam.
HP, boys, okay? They're gonna be 1.
I'm playing out now.
There you
I'm Molly first, Ethan, okay?
go.
Here.
Push.
Push.
Last player standing.
It's gonna be 1.
Nice.
Nice, boys! Oh my god.
Now, despite this shutdown, Aspas is still the best player in the world. I mean, he dropped 47 kills on Prime Sentinels. You need to watch that in this video here.